Hello everyone, welcome back to another Epic Mickey video. So something that I wanted to talk about was, I thought it'd be really interesting since Epic Mickey Rebrush is going to be coming out soon. I thought it'd be fun to talk about the Epic Mickey, like the dark side of Epic Mickey. And there's something I've been like doing some research on and it's really interesting, so I thought you guys would enjoy it. If you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, and I'm going to try and make a little bit of a goal. If we reach 100 likes, then I'm gonna make a full video on the cut content from what I've found online, because apparently there's like a lot of cut content, and I grabbed some of the photos that we're gonna be talking about in this video of like the dark side of Epic Mickey. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the dark concept of the game, and I thought there's like a lot of cut content that it would be really fun to make into a full video. So I want to know if you guys would love to see that, and I would love to make it if you guys do want to see that, so be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, let's get started. So anyways, Epic Mickey was originally gonna have like a darker side to like the original Mickey Mouse side that we've seen. I know that sounds weird the way I'm saying it, and it's already dark as well in its many ways, but something that I found really interesting personally was how dark they were trying to make Epic Mickey. So I was able to find some concept art online on the Wikipedia, and there's like a lot of interesting things. I didn't pull out all the concept art. I kind of chose the ones that look kind of the most creepiest, and some that kind of made it through the final product but were just different variations. So we're gonna go over it. Like for example, the first one is like just Mickey fighting an early version of the Blot. I definitely feel like this is like a much darker tale of like, or a much darker side than we've seen in the final game. Then again, the thing is that this was released around on the Wii era, so of course everything's not going to be like graphically enhanced, so there's that factor. But I personally feel like the concept art is like more dark than the original game, from my personal opinion, from the times we've seen like the Blot variations in the game. With these other concept art, there's like actually Mickey when there was like the thinner mechanic, when there's like the morality choice system. So in case you guys don't know, in Epic Mickey was gonna have like a good or bad. It kind of does, it already has, but not to an extreme. The game has like a choice system where there's like good and bad, and it can change the endings. I don't think it changes dramatically, it just changes like slightly. It's not like a complicated system. It's a pretty simple system on how it works, but they really wanted to like focus on like the choices, and it seemed like it was gonna have like more of an impact on if your Mickey Mouse was good or bad. And there's like more in the concept art that I'll show later of like this, and there's still like, for example, these concept art of Mickey just being evil. It's like really creepy to see, because like we all know the fucking mouse is like innocent and all, and they really want to like brush on this like darker side of Mickey, but they didn't really go to the full extent of like what we've seen in the concept art, just because I would assume Disney didn't allow them to do that. So I'll mention it right now in case you guys don't know. Basically, they kind of went to the extremes with the concept art of like making it really dark to see what Disney would accept and would not accept, since they wanted to make a darker side of Mickey Mouse with Epic Mickey. So they kind of went to extremes with these concept art, and then that's when Disney like kind of like told them, hey, let's touch it down a little bit so it wouldn't be that extreme to like traumatize kids. Because trust me, I would be traumatized too if because I was like around like 12 when I think the game came out. I feel like I was younger, I might have been 10 or something like that, but yeah, I would have been traumatized and shit with like, if I were to see this on my fucking Wii, like I'm just saying. So yeah. So I believe this is concept art of Oswald from what I was able to tell. So in case you guys don't know, Oswald was actually going to be the main villain for Epic Mickey, but they kind of decided to make Mickey kind of like the villain throughout the story, even though originally Oswald seemed like a villain, but they kind of backtracked on this, so I'm kind of glad they did, just because of the fact that Oswald was like an iconic character in the original Mickey Mouse shorts, or like the Oswald shorts, what I mean, and they didn't want his first appearance back to be like a negative response towards critics. So it's kind of like why in the game he's kind of like mysterious, and we don't know whether or not to trust him or not, and he's just seen as like a villain at first. This is like concept art that I thought was really cool, that you can definitely tell that they were trying to express the darkness in Mickey. I know I keep saying that over and over, but it's true. There'll be later concept arts I'll show where they actually like make the side characters that we know like more sick, like as Mickey. The Blot like had a cool dragon form, which does not happen in the final game, I don't think, and I'm assuming that part of it was due to the Wii's limitation and just them wanting to go for a different direction, but I thought this design was really cool, so I hope we get something like that in like because I'm pretty sure this isn't in the final game, so it's actually really cool to see like what kind of various monsters that they were trying to make within Epic Mickey. Something that I want to note was like the Mad Doctor, for example. The Mad Doctor looks way creepy in the concept arts, and I'm assuming that they want to make the Mad Doctor look a little bit more silly in the game, because I'm assuming Disney thought they the Mad Doctor looked a little bit too like insane, and I definitely think that version 2 was creepy with the removable glasses and then there's like no eyes inside. I think that's definitely really creepy. And then just the smile from the Mad Doctor in version 4, I feel like that's pretty similar to the final product, but I know the Mad Doctor's eyes are like a little bit more goofy, and so he's not really that scary, you know. At the end of the day, he does look kind of like, who the heck is that? But he does not look terrifying as in the concept art. Now, this is the one that really like freaked me out, and I just personally was like disturbed seeing this, just because this is an official game, by the way. This is like official concept art. This was like a Mickey monster variation, and I'm assuming that this could have been like a boss fight, or they were just like playing around with the enemies to figure out what kind of enemies they wanted to do, because we do have the spatter enemies, which I will show you guys here, and they do look like the same from the final product. I think there's just like a little bit of a difference with their eyes where it looks a little bit creepy, but they pretty much look pretty similar to the final product. But I think they were trying to figure out like what enemies they were trying to make with designs, and I definitely think they want to like do something with the main character Mickey and like try to figure out like something similar to be like with like the spatters, for example. They wanted to find something similar within like Mickey Mouse, like his Mickey Mouse's form with like the 2 ears and like the mouse, just basically like the mouse signature. And they were just playing around with something creepy, and I personally feel like it could be like a boss fight that they were playing with, but of course it's just early concept art, so it was just probably some like random designs that they were trying to create to figure out what the vibe is for their Epic Mickey game. Something I find really interesting is the drop wings are actually, they were cut content from the first game, but they actually did appear in the second game, but they do look a little bit different, I believe. They do appear more friendly, so I find it to be really cool and interesting just to see that concept art from the first game did transfer over to the second game. I'm assuming it's because they didn't really have that much time to make the second game. I don't know how long they had compared to the first game. I feel like they only had like a year or two for the second game, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the first game, this was like a WoW thing that was in development for a long time. I wanted to show the vampire bunny. It's scary, but like I thought it was really cool design, and so I thought it'd be cool to show you of like them just trying to figure out the theme of like Epic Mickey. And then these are the real ones that I do want to show you guys. The Guardian. The Guardian looks very terrifying, and it's kind of, you can definitely tell that they were like trying to figure out like coloring and like the backgrounds on like how it's supposed to play out in Epic Mickey with like the shading. I know that sounds weird, like the coloring and shading, but it's just them trying to figure out like what the overall vibe of the game is going to be. I know I said that a lot before, but like it generally is trying to be like the vibe, and this is potentially like one of the boss fights that could have been in the game that we would have had to face off. Now this is really creepy. It's a bunch of mechanics, and you can see that there's like Mickey Mouse variations like Goofy, and there's like a fox and all the other people, and then I believe that is Captain Hook, I believe, on the right corner of that picture with the Mad Hatter, and I think that's Pinocchio. And then there's like other variations of like Goofy, Donald, like very torn up. Same with Daisy as well. And then the Beetle, which has like Hook, Ursula, Queen of Hearts, and Cruella all combined together. So I definitely want to mention about the corruptions of Goofy, Donald, and Daisy. They're definitely... The thing is that they did appear in the final product. They were like corrupted, like in the way Five Nights at Freddy's in a way. I hate to say that comparison, but it's true. They were like going with like a Five Nights at Freddy's route, even though that game did not exist before this game came out, but that's not the point. The point is that you can definitely tell, you can make a comparison of these characters in the final product, and Goofy and Donald are corrupted a little bit, but they weren't corrupted to this extreme, and you could tell that there was like still life in them, you know what I mean? So I find it really crazy to see how extent of the dark content they went with Epic Mickey, with like how far they wanted to go with like making the dark theme of the game. Because I think what makes Epic Mickey so interesting is that it's like a darker tale of Mickey Mouse, and it's like a forgotten world, and they really want to play with the mechanic of the choice morality system. I don't know if that's really called morality system, I guess that's the word. The choice system in the game, to see how extreme Mickey Mouse will be, like a good villain, not good villain, a villain or a hero in the game. And it's really cool to see like how dark the game wanted to be. I would love to know your opinions about this concept art. I just thought it'd be really interesting to show you guys, and I really enjoyed looking at these concept art as well. But yeah, if you do guys want me to make a video on the concept of the whole Epic Mickey game, I wouldn't mind doing it. It would just be a lot of work and research, because I know that there's like a lot of stuff online. Like the thing is, for the cut content, it's all online. Like it's easily searchable. It's just I don't think anyone's made a full video on like all the concept art together to do like a full analysis. So I feel like that'd be a fun video for me to make, since I did do one on the Telltale game Stranger Things. So I feel like it'd be a bunch of fun, since no one else has really done it, and I feel like it'd be fun just to make a video on that. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and it would really mean a lot if you guys subscribe. Would let me know if you guys want to see more Epic Mickey content. But yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later in the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.